the Trump-Putin spheres of influence. You got it. Now, we are all naturally fully focused on our domestic depredations by a narcissistic madman and his puppeteers, and our fall from the graces of democracy into a quagmire of pure evil. But I'm going to take a break from this necessary reportage and analysis in order to address the other issue on the table, another elephant in the room, so to speak, the utter destruction of domestic laws and an international rule-based order that has successfully prevailed for the past 80 years or so in the aftermath of World War II, thereby keeping the peace and advancing democracy in the nations of Europe and around the world. But it is so completely transparent that we now face a Trump-Putin collaboration and agreement in a power-mad frenzy to divide up world power into 2 or 3 zones or spheres of influence.
Out Caesar, out Nolus, Emperor of the world. My word.
In George Orwell's 1984, the world is divided into 3 totalitarian superstates: Oceania, Eurasia, and East Asia. Isn't that interesting? Locked in perpetual shifting warfare, or not, over disputed territories, or not, which serves to maintain power, control, and resources, and to distract the various populations from genuine freedom, with Oceania, the setting of the novel, encompassing the Americas, the British Isles, and Australia, Eurasia covering Europe and Russia, and East Asia, comprising China, Japan, and surrounding areas. The people, of course, are controlled and enslaved by doublespeak, disinformation, and the hatred of the other.
But even as we grasp at victory, there is a cancer an evil too, growing, spreading in our midst. Shout! Shout! Shout out his name!
Nothing the party does is good. Even the world stands are good. The party wants you to believe we are at war, so as to channel your emotions away from their rightful intentions. He never understands. He is a good man. The real rules of the state. This is not yours. He because they are not take the real
And as power demands, remembering Lord Acton's words, power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely, Mel Brooks reminds us in his Hitler routine, Russia's intention is to destroy NATO and to expand westward, re-establishing a Russian empire and or a hegemony over all of Europe.
Every day I'm out there trying to make the world safe for Germany. I don't want war. All I want is peace. 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 A little piece of Poland, a little piece of France, a little piece of Portugal and Austria perchance. A little slice of Turkey and all that entails. And then a piece of England, Scotland, Ireland and Wales.
Wait a minute, you can't come back here. Nobody's allowed back here during a performance.
A little nip of Norway, a little spot of Greece, a little hunk of Hungary. Oh, what a lovely feast. Oh, a little bite of Belgium, and now for some dessert. Romania, Albania, and Russia wouldn't hurt. Hey!
We are from the Foreign Office. It's imperative that we see Mr. Bronsky immediately.
I'm sorry, sir, but you can't. He's on stage.
A little piece of Poland, a little piece of France, a little piece of India, and Pakistan perchance. Oh!
As Trump and Putin are now joined like Siamese twins at the waist, have obviously reached a cynical concordat on their separate but equal areas of international interest, intentions, and a new world order whereby they divide and conquer the globe, ruling it in these spheres of influence that mimic George Orwell's prophetic vision in 1984. And we are left to merely speculate whether or not China joins the gang and becomes a third spoke in the wheel and partner. The very idea that the United States of America should side entirely with Putin and Russia, aggressors who are threats to world peace and democracy, which after all is the case, falsely acting as an independent arbiter or as an agent of NATO and Ukraine, we know not whether one applies or the other, is absolutely anathema to our foreign policy traditions, our history, and our claims of supporting a rules-based international order that respects the sovereignty of nations as well as Western democracy. Each mock presentation from the United States, as Trump claims it's a U.S. plan on a possible 28-point peace plan, so-called, is nothing more than a crude, Putin-inspired charade and a surrender document in which Ukraine not only suffers loss of its land, but also, absent any real security guarantees, would ultimately be invaded yet again by Russia, while in the meantime its mineral and other resources and assets are going to be stripped and shared by U.S. and Russian corporate entities and governments, and its people, the people of Ukraine, will be enslaved. The U.S. peace plan makes the Treaty of Versailles imposed on Germany look like a rather friendly commercial agreement between the former warring nations. If any of this has been of any use to you, if you've been at least amused by my inserts, the visuals, the videos, then please hit a like button, make a comment, please subscribe. Let's carry on the best we can in the face of these horrific circumstances.